William Byron and Josh Berry. Row 4, Justin Haley and Denny Hamlin. Row 5 for the restart, Ross Chastain and Chase Briscoe. 33 laps to go in the Goodyear 400 Darlington Raceway.
All important restart, and this one may get physical here before it's all said and done. To the Geico restart zone we go. Green flag back in the air. Here's Brad Keselowski on the inside lane, racing Tyler Reddick.
They'll be nose to nose into the 25-degree banking at turn number 1. Reddick trying to find some momentum up high, but Brad's right there with him. Wheel to wheel off turn 2.
Reddick has a fender out in front. Keselowski charges back to the bottom as Keselowski now will wheel to wheel. Oh, they make contact. They lean on each other. Brad will door ding him off the end of the back straightaway.
Side by side at Darlington. Here they come back off turn 4. Brad Keselowski on the inside. Tyler Reddick on the outside. Dead heat at the line. The top 2 going at it back to turn 1.
Inches apart all the way around Darlington Raceway. Now they'll do it again. Keselowski, he's almost got it cleared. Tries to slide up, but Reddick is still there.
Reddick fighting hard at the outside line, trying to keep pace with Keselowski. They'll do it. Dead even off the end of the backstretch.
Here they come side by side in turn 3 again, nearly leaning on each other out of the shadows of turn number 4. Side by side for the lead. Keselowski to the inside. Outside Reddick. Here comes Chris Buescher.
Buescher slides up onto the back bumper of Keselowski. Anybody else, he would have tried a 3-wide move, but at the front they are still door to door. Reddick gets a piece of the wall at the exit of turn 2.
Side by side for the lead, side by side for position number 4. That's where Hamlin's to the inside of Gibbs as Keselowski still pounds away at the bottom of the racetrack.
Lap after lap after lap, the 2 at the front going at it. Brad Keselowski and Tyler Reddick. They stay that way, side by side at the line. Brad still there, Tyler topside.
Keselowski just will not quit in that low line. He slides all the way up into the door of Reddick. No contact this time. They're still dead even.
Here's Tyler Reddick from the outside of the racetrack. Buescher wants to go 3 wide, but he can't. Keselowski still downstairs. They continue to race for the lead.
Nobody giving an inch, nobody sitting down at Darlington Raceway. Off turn number 4, still wheel to wheel. Here comes Chris Buescher all the way down to the inside wall. Buescher 3 wide for the lead.
3 wide to the bottom. Chris Buescher takes the lead into turn 1. Slides up across the nose of Reddick. Reddick will cross him over and look to the inside.
Keselowski will back away and fall to 3rd out of turn number 2. It's Chris Buescher, your new leader, by 3 car lengths over Tyler Reddick. Keselowski back to the bottom for 2nd.
What a move by Chris Buescher to put him out front at Darlington. He was so close just a week ago. He leads them across the line here today at Darlington. Behind him, they are side by side.
They're still throwing haymakers for the number 2 spot now. Keselowski continues on the bottom. Finally, Tyler Reddick gets the advantage. He'll pull away to 2nd.
And Keselowski will fall to 3rd. Ty Gibbs in 4th. Denny Hamlin is 5th. But Hamlin has a lot of company. It's Josh Berry at his back door.
Great racing here in the closing laps. 27 to go. Chris Buescher has the field in his rear view mirror. Chris Buescher, the race leader, over Tyler Reddick 2nd, Brad Keselowski 3rd, Ty Gibbs is 4th, Josh Berry rounds out the top 5, Denny Hamlin is 6th, Chase Briscoe is 7th, 8th is William Byron, 9th is Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain rounds out the top 10 here at Darlington. 24 laps to go next time by. It's been a thrilling race to this point, and we still got quite a bit to do here at the Darlington Raceway as these drivers begin to settle down towards the front of the field here at Darlington Raceway. This has been an up and down race. We've seen Kyle Larson take his turn at the front of the field. He is now out of the race. After leading 15 laps, he got into the wall, had some problems, and then spun out again and got into the wall. Chris Wilner up in turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, and now he's outside of the care center. I know you wanted to put the Terry Labonte throwback scheme in victory lane, Kyle, but what ultimately took you out of this one?
Yeah, I was just struggling at the end of that long run, and William caught me. I had gotten really loose, and I was just letting him by, and I was just trying to be like really far right to get away from him to allow him to have room to get by as quickly as he could to not hold him up. And I hung out there too long, got stuck in the marbles, hit the wall off turn 2, so we used that opportunity to pit for tires, and I could tell my toe link, one of the toe links is bent, whether it was right front or right rear, and then, I was just gonna nurse it along to the finish, and then shredded a tire. I don't know if it was left rear or right rear, but shredded one of those, and then spun and backed in the wall.
All right, that's Kyle Larson. Unfortunate end here. His bid for back-to-back at Darlington comes to a close.
21 laps to go. Chris Buescher by only 2 car lengths over Tyler Reddick. Another 4 back to Brad Keselowski. The final 20 laps on deck. From Darlington Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR. What a day for RFK, Roush, Fenway, Keselowski. They go 1-3 as we begin to wind this thing down. 18 laps remain here at the Darlington Raceway. Chris Buescher, then Tyler Reddick, then Brad Keselowski, Ty Gibbs, Josh Berry, the highest running Chevrolet. William Byron, he is back in 8th. Jack Roush is here, and he would love to be in victory lane with either Chris Buescher or Brad Keselowski, but not so fast, Mike Bagley. Chris Buescher has got the lead, but here comes Tyler Reddick.
Tyler Reddick has caught him. He's on the back bumper off the end of the back straightaway. He's going to peek to the inside in 3.
Here they come up off of turn number 4. Reddick took to the bottom of the racetrack but couldn't quite get the grip he wanted. Falls back in line. Buescher will get away by a couple of more car lengths.
Very different entries into turn 1 for the lead pair. Buescher goes in about a car length and a half, maybe 2 lower than Tyler Reddick. It's allowed Reddick to close in.
Tyler Reddick is the meat in the RFK sandwich right now, and Tyler Reddick's got to be very measured. If he goes to mess with Chris Buescher for the lead, he's got another RFK car behind him in Keselowski.
Yeah, Brad looking on. This great battle for the lead. 16 to go. Buescher over Reddick. This time the lead, 3 car lengths. Chris over Tyler Reddick back to the corner.
Reddick and Keselowski race so hard for so long for the lead. You wonder how much rubber Tyler Reddick has for the stretch drive. Chris Buescher for the moment keeps him in an arm's length.
Now he'll dial it up even more. Speaking of Chris Buescher, 3, maybe 4 car lengths over Tyler Reddick. It's another 4 back to Keselowski in 3rd.
Off turn number 4, Keselowski may be closing in just a bit on Tyler Reddick. Todd Gordon, you have to wonder, though, how much did Tyler Reddick and Brad Keselowski abuse those Goodyear tires when they were racing lap after lap side by side?
Yeah, you feel like you had to take some Goodyear out of it, but Tyler Reddick has been able to kind of hang in there at 2 to 3 car lengths off of Buescher, and Brad Keselowski about 4 car lengths back to him.
And you can see visibly Tyler Reddick searching around the racetrack, trying to find the fast way. He closes back in, car length and a half separation, and Brad Keselowski just 3 back behind Tyler Reddick. They've checked out on Ty Gibbs. Everybody watching the front 3. They go nose to tail, back to 1.
Chris Buescher almost certainly spending a lot of time watching that rear view mirror, trying to mirror the moves of Tyler Reddick, keep him in the dirty air as much as possible.
Battle for the lead has stabilized between Buescher and Reddick. It's about now 2 car lengths, although coming off the end of the backstretch, it's down to 1.
It is as they come into turn 3. Reddick will yield another. Reddick in the middle of turns 3 and 4, Jeff, just doesn't seem to get the grip that he's looking for and gives up some space.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Chris quicker off of 4 than what Tyler is. What about down in turn number 1? Who's got the advantage, Dave?
I think they're about even down at this end of the racetrack, Jeff. And as I say that, Brad Keselowski may not be done quite yet.
Yeah, here he comes from 3rd. He's about 3 car lengths behind Reddick. Reddick about 1.5 behind Buescher.
Off turn number 4, 4 of the top 7 are Ford Mustang dark horses, including the race leader Chris Buescher, still searching for Ford performance, that elusive first win of the season.
It's been a drought to end all droughts so far this year. But the dark horse Mustangs are looking pretty good right now. Chris Buescher a little loose this time off turn 2.
He'll wiggle just a tad coming to the back straightaway. That allows Reddick to close in even more. And Brad Keselowski perhaps has maybe saved something. Maybe he didn't take the goodie out of his tires.
A car length between 1st and 2nd, 2 car lengths between 2nd and 3rd, and 11 laps to settle it here this afternoon. It is Chris Buescher, it is Tyler Reddick, and it's Brad Keselowski.
Buescher again taking a bit of a lower entry into turn 1. Reddick just rim riding the wall all the way through 1 and off of 2.
Here's Reddick. He'll dip low in 2, and set the car up wide on the back straightaway, trying to get the advantage, trying to get the run, which he will get this time by.
Boy, Tyler Reddick really charged into turn number 3. This time he's going to stay a couple of car lengths off the back bumper of the race leader, Chris Buescher. An aggressive drive for Tyler Reddick.
The advantage for Reddick appears to be on entry into turn number 3. He hasn't got much of an advantage, if any, here in turn 1. Although, as I say that, he gets a good run. He's right on the back bumper of the leader.
Buescher was in the middle of the racetrack. Reddick went way wide up the banking, gets a great run from the top of 2. Buescher moves low to protect the entrance to 3. Too late. Reddick's there. They're wheel to wheel, and they both are making contact. Both bouncing off each other in the corner.
Off of turn number 4, they stay side by side. Back to the advantage, back to the lead to Buescher. Tyler Reddick right there, but here comes Brad.
Keselowski to the inside. Reddick is off the pace. Reddick is off the pace. He's got a tire down on the front of that machine. He comes up and skirts the wall. Tyler Reddick's hopes for victory lane goes away.
Now it's an RFK 1-2 punch at the front of the field. Buescher has a problem. Buescher has a tire issue. Brad Keselowski to the lead in 3.
With 8 laps to go, here comes Chris Buescher to pit lane. Smoking behind him is Tyler Reddick to come to pit road. Brad Keselowski, the new race leader, with 8 to go.
Not only does he have the lead, he's got a substantial gap now. A good 15 to 18 car lengths over Ty Gibbs, who inherits second.
And behind Ty Gibbs, Josh Berry has broken into the top 3. It's Keselowski, Gibbs, and Berry. 1, 2, 3 with Hamlin a distant 4th.
Josh Berry trying to have the first top 10 run of the year. He's got that and then some, but on pit road at the moment, Tyler Reddick and Chris Buescher. Steve Post.
A pair of them. Reddick is in pit box 1, Buescher's in pit box 5. Very disappointed crew members here. They're going to complete the service. They're going to put 4 tires on both of these automobiles, but they know that this is one that got away from them. Working on the left rear of the Buescher car to get some rubber or some debris out from under that, but Gibbon going for the win. Now they both have late race pit stops to change tires.
Put yourself in position to win, and you just might do exactly that by going to victory lane. Brad off 4, across the start-finish line, 6 laps to go for Brad Keselowski.
And he can hear every little ding, every little dent, every potential problem. 110 race drought is just that close to going away.
We talked about it in NASCAR Live Race Day. It's been 3 years since Brad Keselowski's won a race, but he's not there yet because Ty Gibbs is slowly starting to close the distance.
It is absolutely Ty Gibbs on the charge. Right behind Gibbs is Josh Berry. They both are faster than the race leader, Brad Keselowski, with 5 to go.
All the phasers are set on kill at this point. They're giving it everything they've got. Keselowski the lead. It is down to about 12 car lengths off 2.
Ty Gibbs slipped that time off of turn number 2. That will give Brad Keselowski a couple of car lengths back as he begins to close in on the lap car of John Hunter Nemechek.
Visibly, Ty Gibbs is running down the race leader, Brad Keselowski, but is there enough laps for Ty to get there? We're down to 4. Brad across the line. Right behind him, Ty Gibbs and Josh Berry.
4 laps to go. Keselowski's going to have to try and deal with the lap machine of John Hunter Nemechek as quickly as possible. He'll do that at the exit of 2.
He will complete the pass out of 2 and onto the back straightaway. Nemechek will pull to the inside, allow Ty Gibbs to have free passage there. Gibbs now will shut it down to a 5 car length situation.
Ty Gibbs has got it rolling. Brad Keselowski running for his life. 3 laps to go in the Goodyear 400. Keselowski back to 1.
Time is running short for Ty Gibbs to try and run him down. He's got to go throw everything at him. But yesterday's newspaper, Brad Keselowski right up next to the wall. The lead remains 6 car lengths.
Very smooth coming out of 2 and onto the back straightaway. Ty Gibbs won't catch him this time through. He won't even carve in to Keselowski's lead as all of them are back to the corner.
2 to go here at Darlington, and Ty is running them down. There's no doubt about it. Brad off 4. Brad back to the line. Ty Gibbs right there. Josh Berry right there. They head to 1.
Brad Keselowski running for all he's worth right now. Try to stay ahead of the young kids that are looking to run him down. Keselowski off turn 2 to the backstretch.
Here he comes wide off the corner. He has no lap traffic in front of him. and he's got 6 car lengths in his hip pocket. Brad Keselowski back to 3.
Gingerly working here at Darlington against the red and white safer barrier immediately to his right. Out of the shadows of the grandstand in turn 4. White flag in the air. Brad Keselowski trying to end a winless drought.
No lap traffic to deal with. A big lead in the rearview mirror. Up to the outside wall. Perfect line off turn number 2. Brad Keselowski for the final time.
Ty Gibbs doing all he can to catch him, but Brad Keselowski pulling away. They're getting ready to lose their minds in Rochester Hills, Michigan. Here's Keselowski off the corner.
The drought for Brad Keselowski is about to come to an end, and Ford is going back to victory lane. Off 4, final time. Brad Keselowski under the checkered flag, and Brad Keselowski has won the Goodyear 400 Darlington Raceway. Career win number 36 for Brad Keselowski. He wins over Ty Gibbs, Josh Berry, Denny Hamlin, and Chase Briscoe. Let's go to pit road, Steve Post.
They are celebrating down here on pit road. Matt McCall has vacated the pit box. He is down in the middle of the mosh pit with the crew down here as they celebrate the win. Big hugs, high fives for everybody down here as they celebrate the win here. Matt McCall picking up the victory here as the crew chief, and they are celebrating. They are going to victory lane here today at Darlington Raceway.
What a drive for Brad Keselowski. He's going to get a little celebratory door ding here at the start-finish line from Team Ford Performance driver Chase Briscoe, a congratulatory donut on the right side of that race car. Brad Keselowski wins the Goodyear 400. American flag hanging out of the side of that race car. And there's a fight down on the pit lane. They're fighting on pit road. Let's go down there right now. Kim Kuhn.
Yeah, it got a little aggressive there. Chris Buescher walking over to Tyler Reddick. A little push to the chest by Chris Buescher to Tyler. Tyler still has his helmet on. Chris has taken his helmet off. There are definitely intense words happening between the two. Lots of arm motions by Tyler Reddick. Looks like he's trying to explain to Chris Buescher whatever Buescher is mad about. Buescher's now pointing. Tyler is taking his helmet off. The conversation continues, very intense down here between Chris Buescher and Tyler Reddick. Chris absolutely upset with Tyler over something. Tyler just kind of shaking his head at this point. He's now saying, I'm sorry. For whatever Chris Buescher was upset about, he is saying, I'm sorry. I can